All right, welcome to part three. Here we go. This is where it starts to get fun. Let's get right into it. The next thing we're going to talk about is my favorite. Whenever you speak to somebody who is a professional or consistently profitable amateur trader, and you ask them the question, what was the aha moment for you, or when do you feel like you finally turned the corner, or when did things finally start clicking for you? You'll get different responses, but many of them revolve around this concept of letting go of so much of the technical aspect of trading and really embracing the why they were trading and embracing the fact that trading is not always going to be profitable, right? Trading does not identify who you are. Let me go there now and then we'll talk about the why. In the book, The Zen Trader, um, Peter Castle talks about non-attachment, or he talks about detachment. I talk about non-attachment. When he talks about detachment, he's saying detach yourself from the results of your trade. The results of the trade do not make you a good or a bad person. It's just a trade. A bad golf shot does not make you a bad golfer. Every golfer has bad golf shots. It doesn't make you a bad person. Traders have this uncanny ability to attach their worth and their sense of self to their trades. And when they keep losing, they feel like a loser. You're like, Jesus, I just can't get this. I'm never going to get this. I'm not worthy of success. I'll never figure this out. Why can't I just follow my rules? I know what I'm supposed to do. Why can't I do these things that I know I'm supposed to do? And it becomes a snake that eats its own tail, self-fulfilling prophecy, this vicious cycle, because we're attaching ourselves to the outcomes of our trades. And so, how do we break that cycle? One way, the way that I've managed to do it, is to not attach myself to the outcome of the trade to begin with. I don't care if I lose money on a trade. If I care, then I shouldn't be trading to begin with. Mark Douglas, he says, if you're not honoring your stop loss or something like this, or if you're anxious while you're in a trade, you haven't accepted the risk of that trade before you entered it, and you shouldn't be trading. You have to detach yourself. You can't attach yourself to the outcome of your trades. Okay. The other part of this is the who. Okay. And I know I'm talking a lot here, and so I'm trying to take breaks and shift gears a little bit so that this is sinking in a little bit. Who are you? Another great book. I don't have it right here next to me. Another great book. Michael Singer wrote this book called The Untethered Soul. Okay, The Untethered Soul. And in the first chapter, he talks about the concept of who. Who are you? And most people reply with, well, my name's Craig, you know. Well, okay, Craig, but who are you? Oh, well, I'm a father. I've got a couple of kids, and I coach traders, and I trade. Okay, yeah, but have you always been a trader? Have you always been a father? No. Okay, well, were you who you were before you start? Yeah, well, of course I was who I was. Well, who are you then? This is back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It keeps going layer after layer after layer until you get to this point where you've stripped away all of this identity labeling and you get to the true essence of who you are. And who you are is the awareness of the human experience. You are the consciousness, the observer of the human experience. Every single one of you right now has thoughts going through your head. There's a voice in your head right now that's thinking things. and saying things like, stay in the trade. It's going to turn around. Don't worry about the stop loss. Why can't I get this? You're going to get this. Close the trade. Don't take the trade. It's not right. There's these voices that go on inside our head that we're always listening to. That's not who you are. That's just your brain. That's the human experience. Thoughts, fears, emotions. We are who we are when we're not sad, when we're not happy, when we're not thinking, when we're asleep and we're just perfectly calm. We are who we are. We are still the conscious observer of the human experience. Even when we're not thinking, we are still who we are. When you are clear of thought, you're clear of emotion, you are still who you are. And the Zen Trader and other books like this about mindset around trading and books around high performance athletes and high performance, artists or musicians, whatever it may be, talk about being in the zone or being a calm trader. They're not thinking about anything else. They're just being. You're being a trader. You're not worried about the outcome of a trade because you know who you are as just the conscious observer of the human experience. So when we think about who you are, you're not a trader. You're not a trader. That's not who you are. You trade so that you have the opportunity to be who you are, doing the things you love to do with the people you love to do them with for how long you want to do them. That is the essence of what we're all looking for. And that, when you can accept that and accept that trading is just a thing that you do to earn money, and you can truly accept that and truly embrace that, amazing things start to happen. Ask Kobe Bryant, ask Tiger Woods, ask Serena Williams. What were you thinking about on match point, Serena? She'll be like, what? Like, what do you mean, what was I thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. She knows. She knows she was thinking of nothing. She wasn't thinking, oh my God, I'm about to win another Grand Slam title. Please. If she's thinking anything, she's like, I got this. She's not thinking how to throw the ball up to serve it. She's not thinking about where her toe is on the line. She's not thinking about the angle of her backhand. She's not thinking about any of that shit. She's just executing. That's how you trade. And the reason why she can do that so very, 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 very well, and others who perform at that level, is because they know their strategy and they know their conditions. And they've worked so hard on all of those things that they don't need to think about it when they're actually performing, because they've spent so much time working on their serve. Serena does not serve it like Venus, and Venus does not serve it like Serena. They play their game. Okay, so that's going to be the end of part 3. Part 4 is going to get even better. Okay, we're just starting to scratch the surface here, so we'll see you in part 4.